Most people think inheritance happens at the end of life. A will is read. Assets are divided. Money changes hands. That's the public version. In reality, for wealthy families, inheritance begins decades earlier. Long before illness. Long before retirement. Long before death is even considered. Because inheritance is not an event. It's a process. And processes are designed, not improvised. Wealthy families don't wait until the end because the end is the most expensive time to plan. Emotions are high. Time is limited. Mistakes are permanent. So they plan early. Not because they're pessimistic, but because they understand continuity. Continuity matters more than value. Most people focus on how much is passed down. Wealthy families focus on how control moves. Control and ownership are not the same thing. Ownership attracts taxes, disputes, and exposure. Control can move quietly. This is why many heirs receive responsibility long before they receive assets. They're introduced to structures early. Trusts, holding companies, foundations, not as secrets, as normal architecture. By the time assets formally transfer, nothing changes operationally. The system already exists. That's the point. Most inheritance problems come from surprise, sudden wealth, sudden authority, sudden expectations. Wealthy families avoid surprise. They phase everything. Control is shared first. Decision-making is observed. Behavior is tested. If someone proves unreliable, control doesn't expand. Inheritance is conditional, even if it doesn't look that way from the outside. Another reason inheritance is planned early is tax exposure. Taxes are cheapest when time is available. Time allows spreading, deferral, reclassification. Without time, options collapse. This is why waiting until late in life forces bad decisions. Early planning creates flexibility. Flexibility reduces loss. Wealthy families also plan inheritance to avoid conflict. Money doesn't create conflict. Unclear rules do. Ambiguity invites emotion. So rules are defined early. Who decides what? Who controls which assets? Who cannot intervene? These rules are boring, but boring prevents lawsuits. Another difference is education. Inheritance isn't just financial. It's behavioral. Wealthy families teach heirs how the system works before they give them access to it. They don't assume competence. They develop it. New money often skips this. Assets are passed without preparation. Responsibility arrives without training. That's how wealth disappears. Old wealth avoids that outcome by treating inheritance like succession, not gifting. Succession implies continuity. Gifting implies detachment. Detachment is dangerous. Wealth also plans for divorce, failure, and disputes. Not because they expect them, but because they're realistic. Structures are built to survive personal collapse. Marriage ends. Businesses fail. People make mistakes. The system doesn't. This is why assets are rarely owned directly. Direct ownership is fragile. Structured ownership survives disruption. Another overlooked reason inheritance is planned early is reputation. Public transfers attract attention. Attention attracts scrutiny. Scrutiny attracts risk. Quiet transfers avoid all three. When wealth moves slowly and privately, there's nothing to react to. No headlines, no pressure, no sudden changes. From the outside, nothing happened. That's success. Hidden fortune exists to expose this reality. Inheritance isn't about generosity. It's about preservation. It's not about passing money. It's about ensuring continuity when individuals are gone. That requires time. And time is the one resource most people don't use early enough. If you think inheritance happens at death, you're already late. The wealthy know this. That's why their systems are built long before they're needed. Subscribe. Hidden Fortune continues.